So welcome to the September's sampler here at Cluster Home in Southington. The September kits can be picked up beginning Friday, September 9th at 10 o'clock. Show your completed applique August block, that's with all the applique sewn down, between September 9th and 30th to receive your September kit free. Okay. Shop Hop is here. It's Wednesday, September 14th through Sunday, September 25th. $10 for your passport, and there is still time to come on in and register for the Shop Hop. There are 13 stores this year, so we'll hope you'll join us. Also, we have this embroidery special event going on October 1st for a Kimberbell Harvest table setting. It is from 10 to 4. It's $119, which includes a runner, 4 napkins, napkin rings, and the use of our embroidery machines. If you have an embroidery machine, you can bring it. Otherwise, you can borrow ours. So I hope to have you sign up for that as well. All right, so the block this month is going to be a 9-patch. It consists of 4 cat's cradles, which we did in May of this year. We did the 4-inch cat's cradle, but this month we're doing 3-inch cat's cradles. We're also going to be showing a new ruler. It's called the Diamond Rex, although if you were in the 2019 Paris Romance sampler, we also did the Diamond Rex by Deb Tucker back then. And of course a 6-inch finished square in a square. All right, so we're going to make 4 cat's cradles, 4 Diamond Rex units, and 1 center square in a square. We have a couple cutting. As you can tell, there is always a lot to cut when it comes to cat's cradle. So our background is going to be cut a 4-inch strip, cut into 2 5-inch rectangles, 4x5s. And then I have a 2 1/4-inch strip where you're going to need 4 2 1/4 squares. And then the last 2 cuts are at 2 3/4 strips, and each of those are going to be a 2 3/4 by 4-inch rectangle. So that's your white, and that's how I have it set up. About 11 inches going across and about 13 inches coming down. The blue dot is it's almost square when you get it in your kit. So this is the 9-inch side of it. So you're going to cut a 2 1/4 and subcut those into rectangles, which are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And the next strip identical. And then the last one is a 3 7/8, and you're going to get 2 squares that are 3 7/8. There's more fabric. We have the purple. Purple is about 5 by 8, so we're going to get 2 rows of 2-inch. That's going to yield 4 2-inch squares, and then the very last one is a 3 1/2-inch square. And the pink, we have 2 3/4 by 4. So you're going to get 4 rectangles that are 2 3/4 by 4. There are other pieces, but they are very simple to cut. We have 6 colors in our kits. So I'm going to do a quick refresher on the cat's cradle so you know where to put the cat's cradle ruler while you're trimming. And then we'll move into the Diamond and the Rex tool by Deb Tucker. All right. So I've started working a little bit on the cat's cradle. You will have to use the cat's cradle, the regular cat's cradle, not the extra large, because we are looking for the 3-inch finished on the cat's cradle. So we're going to take our blue dot rectangles and we're going to sew them to our white 2 3/4 squares. I think that's right. Sorry. Yeah, no. 2 1/4, sorry, 2 1/4-inch squares. And we're going to make 2 of these. I'm just making 1 for now. Put them opposite each other and sew straight across. And we're going to cut right in the center so that we can press these flat. So we want to always press toward the rectangles. Okay, so we had to twist this to go toward the rectangle. So on our cat's cradle ruler, we have the sewing, mark our sewing line. So we're just going to place place on our seam line. This should all be repetitive for you. And once we place this on the seam line right under our square, we'll go ahead and draw our sew line. Okay, we're going to turn it around, draw our other sew line, get that right into the corners. We want this intersection right here to be right at our intersection where our threads come together. All right, we're going to go ahead and layer that right sides together with our white rectangle. We're going to sew on the lines, and then we're going to trim it using our 1/4 inch seam allowance. Put that solid line on the line we just sewed, and we're going to trim it at 1/4 on either side. And what happens to that is we have this unit right here. So once we have the unit, we're going to go ahead and press that toward the large rectangle, use our cat's cradle ruler and our 3-inch marking, and go ahead and trim that. So what we have is we have our 3-inch. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. I apologize. So we're going to use our 3-inch marking right here with our solid line coming down between the blue dot and the white, and our dashed line going straight across our seam. Go ahead and trim. Whoops. Here we go. We're going to trim on 2 sides. Then we're going to flip it around. And the 3 again goes right along, right to our point. Here's our 3. And we have our dashed line going across our triangles. And this dashed line's coming right down into the intersecting, the one we just trimmed. Then we can go ahead and trim that one. So what we're left with is a cat's cradle that's 3.5 inches. So one more step is to take our 2-inch blue, purples, and we're going to place this on our smaller corner of the white, just like this, right in the corner, and we're going to sew right on that line. When we're done, we'll trim it away, we'll press it back, and we have our 4 units. So that's quickly the cat's cradle. That was a refresher, but if for more information, you can always go back to our May video and watch that as well. So the diamond Rex, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the 3.25 inch, I didn't mark it down because it was only one cut. I believe this is 3.25 inches wide by the whole strip. So our ruler for the diamond Rex has the diamond shapes from a 1x2 to a 2x4, a 3x6, which we're using, where it says 3x6 center diamond. They also you can make a 4x8 and a 5x10 with this ruler. But for today's block, we're using the 3x6. And it starts with a 3.25 wide strip. So I've gone ahead and cut my strip 3.25. Because I'm right-handed, I need to trim off one end, and then we're going to turn it 180 degrees, and we're going to start trimming our diamonds. So very easily, we're going to place this with the 3x6 center diamond and the line of our diamond going along the bottom, and it's going to come up here and be joined with the top of our diamond here. So we're just going to place our strip right inside this diamond. I don't know if you can see that, but it starts along the bottom, travels up that line. So we're going to cut the first one just to get the angle that we need, and then we'll go ahead and turn this around 180 degrees. Now we can consecutively cut our 4 diamond shapes. Okay, so once again, we're going to place the 3x6 sorry, it's up here. Okay, our 3x6 center diamond along the bottom of our strip, along the cut part of our strip, and along the top of our strip, and this will be our first one. And we're just going to keep moving this over and over. There we go, fits right in there. Just keep going. I know my strip was a little short. I just wanted to show you in a sample. where they are. All right. So we're going to have 4 diamonds when we're done. The other part of this ruler, of the diamond Rex, is we're going to be able to trim our the rectangles in half, which you have to remember, like it says in the directions, is 1 up, 1 down. Okay, so I have right here our pink. I have 1 up, 1 down, but you'll have, because we're making 4 of these, this is going to make 1, this is going to make 1, and you'll have 2 more of these to do. Again, 1 up, 1 down. You can cut them all 4 at the same time. All right. And we're going to go ahead and place our ruler. Let me see if I can move this over real quick. Right on the 3x6 finished rectangle. So the top is at the top of the ruler is at the top of my rectangle. Straight down my line, I find the 3x6, and it tells me right on the ruler how big to cut my rectangle. So I had you cut that in your directions, 2 3/4 by 4. And we're just going to go ahead and cut this on that diagonal, right on that line. So what this does is it gives us a left and a right. So if I open up one pair, I have what I need to make the bottom of my diamond. I'm also going to do it to the white. As you see, I've done it to the white, so I took a pair, 1 up, 1 down, and I was able to make my top of my diamond unit. All right, so now all we have to do is sew. So what I've done is I've taken the center of each of these sides just by finger pressing. I take this long side here and I match it up to the point and I give it a little finger press. I also take my diamond, this side to this side, and find halfway. So just find where halfway is, and we're going to match those 2 folds, and we're going to sew that at 1/4 inch. All right. Whew, that's a lot, I know. We're going to be trimming this, so if it's not quite half, I wouldn't worry too much about it. It says to sew with the diamond on top, and I did, but that's okay. So before I go on, I want to go ahead and press these, and you'll do 4 of these. So I just want to press these. I believe it's toward the rectangles. I'm going to keep my diamond shape nice and flat. And then we'll add the next one. So I find halfway again. Go this direction so I see my diamond. Press that. I can go ahead and put this. Here's my halfway part, and where is it? My pressing's not very good. Hold on. Here it is. I'll put this halfway, matching up my halfway parts, and I'm going to go ahead and sew that. Okay. Right on top of each other. Okay, hold on. Let's try again. Make sure I'm halfway points. Get my edges right against each other. Where am I going? Okay, it's not done. Let's turn it off, turn it on. Alrighty. Come on. Oh boy. Sorry. There we go. When all else fails. All right, so let's press these again away from the diamond. We have that. Go ahead and do the same thing to the white. So we want one half to be pink and the other half to be white. So I'll find halfway. And I've already marked this one halfway, so I just match those, put them right on top of each other. And again, we're going to sew 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Yep, right on top of each other. Press it. So again, you'll be doing 4. I keep saying that, but you'll have 4 to do. And then the last one, we're going to find halfway. This to this. And match my halfway mark with the halfway mark of this one that I've already folded. You can either pinch it, you can mark it, you can pin it, but just take about half. Okay. All right, now we get to use our ruler one more time. So the third part of the diamond Rex is the trimming. So you'll see on the diamond Rex that on this side of the ruler, we already cut our diamonds, we already cut our rectangles, but here we're trimming down our units. So we're going to look at the 3.5 by 6.5, and we're going to look specifically at these X marks for the 3 by 6. Those X marks are going to go right where the, hopefully, pretty close. Sorry, sewing quick. So our 3 by 6 is going to be on each of these points, and then we're going to trim 2 sides. So we'll trim this side and this side. Come around. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it. And this time we're going to be looking at our nice trimmed side with the solid lines right here on our 3 by 6. So here's the 3 by 6 marking, and here is the 3 by 6 unit. I know it's going to measure 3.5, but I'm talking finished 3 by 6. So I put that right into my line, match up my little X's if I can. If I did a better job, that would have been okay. Whoops. There's no grippers on here, so if you want to add a couple True Grips or Omni Grip, or Invisi Grip rather, from Omni Grid, you can certainly do that. All right. So you're going to go ahead and make 6 of these. 4 of these. Wow. 4 of these. And 4 of our cat's cradles and 1 center. So we've done square and a square before. We start with our center, we add our sides and press, then we add our next 2 and go ahead and press those. We'll add our opposites, our blue dots, go ahead and press that, and then lastly we'll add our last blue dot. And this should measure 6.5 or finished at 6. So the last thing we want to do is go ahead and play around with our block a little bit. And I just sewed 1 row of cat's cradle with our diamond Rex and a cat's cradle, and of course the diamond Rex with our square and a square. And I made 3 rows of 3 units, and I put them together into a 12.5 inch block, which is now finished at 12. So make sure your August block is appliqued all the way around, blanket stitch, zigzag, satin, blind hem, however you want to stitch it down, and bring that in again between September 9th, which is this Friday, and September 30th to get your free September kit. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.